Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Coach's Call, the real game. Sitting here with your man, Tristan Dunn in North Carolina. How you doing, my brother?
What up, dude? It's been a
I,
minute.
I know, man. It's been a while. It seems like we've been MIA for a little bit. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving. I know we had a quite a Thanksgiving. Old Donnie came into town, but we're gonna we're gonna sit here and recap a little bit college ball, some NFL. Then I'm gonna uh, Tristan's been betting a lot of that college basketball too, dipping his toe in. So we're just gonna wing it. Donnie, our other staff member, can't make it tonight, but he'll be with us Thursday for our Pick'em show. We're gonna get back on the Pick'ems and get all over that. Our basketball guys are a little under the weather, so they're not going to be here. But me and Tristan have a lot to talk about, and we can run you through it. First of all, college football. We're towards the end now. I know. I mean, there's really no reason to talk about the top four until these people decide who it's going to be. I've heard Ohio State still has a shot, even after the drubbing that
No
they took
way.
from Michigan. I
No
heard I
way.
heard that they've got people still putting them in the top four, which is crazy.
Yeah, there's no way.
I mean,
I don't you know how much I don't watch. I don't pay attention to college football. I do pay attention to watch big games though. Ohio State got took out back in their own house, beat, and then they came back and beat them again. Like they beat the dog shit out of Ohio State.
yeah, yeah. I thought it was and I loved so I love the way Michigan played ball. This is why I hate announcers and why I love watching pro ball with the Paytons doing their thing. I hate listening to these announcers because this one guy just kept on and on about Harbaugh. He's doing it his way, and he's finally doing it his way, and that's the way to do it, and he's the greatest thing ever, and blah blah blah. He was never worth a crap there. He finally had a good season. He went to his big brother and said, "Hey, teach me how to run an offense. Teach me how to run a defense." He's basically running his brother's offense and defense, and he stuck with it. So good for him. I love that style of football. I'm old school. I love the style of football. But to put him on a pedestal and say, "Well, he's been doing this for 6 years and it's finally here," to me, it's just, you're going a little bit overboard. Are they one of the top two teams in the nation? I don't see who else is.
I think their quarterback's a liability though.
Yeah, yeah, but the way they run the ball, and this is what I love, it's the way they stick to running the ball. And we're going to talk about in the NFL why I think it's scripted because these guys, I mean, when they run the ball, I think they ran the ball 12 straight times during that game at one point in time. When you stick to it and you do it right, it works. And I do. I mean, I don't like Big Ten football or anything, but I like the way these guys are playing. I like the way they took OSU to the woodshed. I think they
Yeah.
proved something there. I think they are one of the top two teams in the nation with Georgia. Of course, you have TCU, the other undefeated. Uh,
Isn't
Another thing with TCU, they're saying if they lose to K State, they're out of the playoff picture. I just don't see how you can punish a TCU team to go undefeated all year long, and then they lose to a team they already beat because it's in the championship. You just can't punish a team for playing a conference championship game. Just like Georgia. What if Georgia loses to LSU? So now they're out because they lose in the SEC championship game. You can't do that. I mean, you can't punish a team for playing that extra game. So I like TCU in it, and then of course USC. I still think Oregon State has a chance to beat these guys in that conference championship. That'll give them two losses. That opens up the door for other teams.
I, I was getting ready to say so probably I agree with everything you said. So I would think like if USC is the one that loses, they would need to be replaced. So who do you think?
So here's the pro. Here we
You
here we
better
go
you
with
better
this.
give a good fucking answer because there's two wrong answers.
Well, I know the problem is, and you're going back to the money situation, and I'll still stick to this. And we said it in a podcast a couple weeks ago. Alabama's lost two games, and
Yep.
they've lost two games, and they've lost them on two plays. That's it. Two
Doesn't
plays cost
matter.
them the season. You know what I mean? I don't know who else I would want. Who else could go there? I mean, A&M beat LSU, so even if LSU beats Georgia, there's no way you can stick them in there. Ohio State already got their tits lit by Michigan. I don't know how you can put them in there. I don't. I mean, you give me your team.
See, here's my thing. If Ohio State lost by like a field goal, I'd be like, I would honestly be like, they should still make it.
It's a whole different ball game. Yeah,
Yeah, but like they got beat the fuck
yeah,
down.
yeah, yeah. 100%.
So I don't even so just to be honest, I don't who's number 5. I don't even know who number 5 is right now.
We've got
I don't even know what the rankings look like. I mean, I know
I
Alabama's
mean,
in the top 10
it's a give and take, like who is where and
because
what's going because they're still gonna pick them.
it
But you're
just got
looking
released today, didn't it?
no.
Or yesterday, something like that.
I mean, they're still saying that LSU has a shot. USC, of course, is still doing their own thing. I just think it really to me it doesn't matter. I think it's a 2-horse race. I think you're looking at Georgia and Michigan. I'd love to see TCU do something like that, but I mean, I think it's a long shot. I think, and then you never know who people are going to vote for either. Um,
Okay, so you got at 5. So Ohio State dropped to 5, which is a
right?
problem. I think they should have dropped farther. Then you got Alabama at 6 and Tennessee at 7. So one of the things that I don't understand, how is a team that how is a Tennessee team that beat the brakes off of an Alabama team ranked higher than or ranked lower than Alabama? That doesn't make sense.
Well, because of the last game they played, they got freaking waffle stomped by South Carolina.
With
Was
no
no,
with
I mean,
without Hendon Hooker, which I guess to a degree Tennessee's they're cooked. It doesn't
yeah, I
matter.
mean, and that's the thing, and I was watching, or I was listening to another podcast, and I'm a big Portnoy fan, uh, but because he's such an idiot, he said this. He goes, Michigan's number one. He goes, if he goes, everybody talks big shit about SEC football. These are his words. SEC football is mediocre now this year. They just are. If Michigan, Ohio State, and Penn State were in the SEC, they'd be the number 2, 3, and 4 team in the SEC. It'd be Georgia, Michigan, Ohio
Do
State,
you
and Penn
do you
State.
disagree with that take?
Yeah,
I agree with that take.
no, and I'll tell you why I don't agree with that. You go and you look, and I don't care. I don't care how these teams beat each other. You can even put them in the Big 12, and they lose more than one game. I mean, you come down and play week in and week out the schedule that you have here in the SEC or even the Big 12. I'll give Big 12 props. You go week in and week out. It's hard to withstand that for an entire year, for an entire season. That's
Georgia
my
didn't
thing,
struggle with nobody.
huh?
Did Georgia even struggle with anybody?
No, I mean they say struggle because they put up 34 points here, 38 points there. I mean they didn't just beat the shit out of everybody, but they're saying, well, nobody's really worth the shit in the SEC. Dude, you come play and ask LSU what it's like to play at A&M at night. Ask Alabama what it is to play at LSU at night. Go ask uh go ask Alabama how it is to play at Tennessee at night. Ask Tennessee how it is
I
to
mean,
play at
playing
South
in Ohio
Carolina.
State and Michigan ain't no fucking small feat, or even Penn State for
I
that
know, but
matter.
then they go to Indiana, Illinois, Wisconsin, Minnesota. I mean, these these guys. I just don't see where you can compare one schedule to the other. And I'm not being a homer. I do love SEC. I'm not being a homer. I just think from top to bottom, it's just tougher football.
I think after your top, I don't know. I think the competition is what's the word I'm looking for? It doesn't it's not a drastic drop off. I feel like the SEC has a drastic drop off. Like when you get to the bottom, those bottom teams suck ass.
Which one? Like Vanderbilt, Missouri, South
Yes.
Carolina,
Yes.
who reeled off 6 in a row.
Yeah, and I think that's more
Arkansas, who lost to probably 4 teams by less than 3 points.
speaking
Good
of
teams.
what happened to fucking Arkansas? They were a freaking wagon at the start of the season. I made a lot of money off
Their
Arkansas.
quarterback got hurt. Then they brought in the
Oh,
rookie
oh,
that can
oh.
run, And so, but now that he's back, it's now they've got like a triple option type of thing. I just don't. I think it's hard. It's hard for me. I would rather go play Illinois, Indiana, Minnesota than I would South Carolina, Florida,
S-
Kentucky.
in my opinion, I think South Carolina should be an ACC school. I think,
Yeah, I
in
mean,
my opinion, South Carolina, they haven't been good in fucking forever.
no, it's tough. Well, I mean, South Carolina. I mean, you got what 10 fucking Division One schools in Carolina, uh, and then Dabo always says there's only one real school, which is Clemson. But I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I can't wait to see what happens. I, it, I'm rooting for TCU obviously because I'm from Texas, but I can't wait to see the Georgia Michigan game. I hope that pans out. I really do, and I hope it's a good one. I mean, you know,
I'll be watching, and I'm sure I'll be betting.
right? So we've got some coaching. I don't know, coach. I got one coaching. So Freeze signed on to Auburn.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, we
Uh,
got two coaches. Two coaching.
Hugh Freeze signed on to Auburn. Now everybody's up in arms about Hugh
Who
Freeze.
who is that, by the way? I don't even know who that is.
Well, he's got a couple of still lawsuits pending for DMing some students and things like that.
Nice,
And so
nice.
yeah, and so he's a shady dude. He's a hell of a football coach. He wins everywhere he goes, but he's kind of a shady dude, and everybody's kind of up in arms. He's going to win at Auburn, but it just goes to show that winning means a lot in college football. I mean, it just you put a lot of morals aside, you put a lot of things aside, so you can start winning there. And I think Auburn proved that. Um, Now Auburn to me has always been one of those schools that their their boosters, their fan base, their money people are a lot like a University of Texas. Um, they can't get out of their own way. They've got to have their hands in. They're a bunch of Jerry Joneses. Um, they
They
just
they
can't.
haven't they haven't won nothing since Cam, right? In 2010.
Right? Yeah. Now wait. I think what's his name that's at UCF. He won. He had some winning seasons over there.
Well, I'm
But
talking about like win,
no, no,
like
no,
win.
no. It's tough. Auburn's going to win some games. He's going to bring some winners, but I see it as a 2 year deal, and then they're going to find a way to get him out and to get a big time name in there. And then they're talking about Dion going to Colorado, uh, lowly Colorado. I'm telling you, I think Dion can go anywhere. Dion can go coach at the Southwest Assemblies of God in Alpine, Texas, and where there's a total of 32 people and win football games there. I think he's got it. They're talking about that. I don't know if that's going. Kiffin signed his deal, so he'll be there another couple of years.
We got one more big one
Some money.
that I want to talk about.
Go ahead, do it.
Matt fucking Rule goes to Nebraska. So let me tell you something. It's hilarious because I was on Twitter when that happened and I was reading the comments. He gave his it was either today or yesterday. He gave his introductory speech or whatever.
Right?
And if you don't know no better, you're watching it and you go, "Holy shit, this guy is like the next coming of fucking Nick Saban."
Yeah.
Like honestly, you don't know. He did the same shit here in Carolina. And I remember watching it. I got hyped as fuck. I was like, holy shit, we're gonna win a fucking Super Bowl in a few years. No. No. Dude, Matt Rule is the biggest fucking choke job ever. And I cannot believe he either one is a great fucking interviewer, which I would believe. His agent is a fucking master at negotiating or he sold his soul to the devil or something because he got another 8-year contract by Nebraska, and I think it was worth $9 million a year.
Okay.
I think. I mean, after watching, like and everybody's like, well, fucking the NFL's different than college, and it is,
Right.
but Go look at Matt Rule's college football resume. It's not that great. It's not that impressive. It's just not. Russell would argue with me on that because he's a Baylor fan and he made Baylor relevant again. I don't give a fuck. Um, I just he's never beat. I think he's beaten one top 25 team in his entire career. No, two, and I think it was like fucking Temp. It was like ECU and somebody else. I don't know. He's never won. Matt Rule has never won a meaningful game, and I will stand by that.
He won enough meaningful games to get Big 12 Coach of the Year in 2019. Other than that, dude, he's a Temple guy. Uh, he was offensive line coach at New York. He was with y'all. Now he's at Nebraska. I
I
don't
think he's an okay football coach.
I
That
don't
is, and I don't even know if I'd go that far.
yeah, I don't know anything about him. I know, you go to Nebraska and you're going to try to recruit over there. Good luck. I mean, they've got a great fan base, and they did. Back in the '70s and '80s, they were really good. But I mean, you're talking about recruiting some. You're recruiting in a hayfield, brother. I mean, you got to have your shit straight. And I don't know. I mean, I think it might be the best that they could get over there. But, dude, this week in college, you got the championship games. You got Utah, USC giving 3, TCU giving 2.5, playing Kansas State. Kansas State is rolling right now. LSU and Georgia giving 17.5. UCF, Tulane. We've been big on Tulane in the past, but UCF's coming on. Purdue, Michigan, Clemson, North Carolina. Uh, I'll tell you what, if North Carolina wins that game, that kid might win the Heisman. What you think? The May
Derek
kid.
May, are they playing the ACC championship here in Charlotte
Yeah, yeah.
Saturday? Who are
Bank
they
of
playing?
America
Clemson.
Stadium. Bank of America Stadium. Um,
Shit, I need to look up some tickets to that. I might
do
go.
you do? It's at night at 6 o'clock game. That'll be a hell of a game.
They're
Uh,
playing Clemson, right?
yeah, yeah. That'll be a hell of a game. We'll be back Thursday to give our picks on all these. Let's see if the line changes and what happens. Anybody gets hurt, anybody comes back. But uh, it ought to be a good slate of college football. And
Hey,
then
I can
we get
get
to
tickets
see
for I can get tickets for about $50. Hey, Tristan might be going to the ACC championship game.
$50. Man, I can't even get parking at A&M for $50. But no, it ought to be fun. It ought to be a lot of fun. It ought to be a lot of fun. Um, it starts Friday. Utah USC starts Friday. So Thursday we'll do our pick 'em. We'll get Donnie back on the show and we'll get it done. So that ought to be exciting. I'm excited about it. What I'm not excited about is to see who these idiots put in the playoffs because I'm really, really scared somebody's going to put Ohio State in the playoffs. Oh, I'm going to be
I
so
think
upset.
I think it's gonna happen. I do.
Let's hope not. Well, all right. Hey, let's move on. We're going to move on to NFL. Before that, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back with you and finish up with the NFL because there's a lot of the NFL we're going to talk about. We'll be back right back. Hey, everybody, welcome back to the coaches. The coaches call the real game. We're fixing to talk about some NFL. We got really a lot to talk about because you know how much I love the NFL.
You love
Uh,
it.
this segment is brought to you by our partners over there at the Hunch ATL. Go visit the Hunch to help track your bets, and you can even test yourself against other cappers. Enter their free pick'em tournament, get a chance to win $1,250 in any and all of their sporting events that they have over there. Go visit the Hunch ATL for all your betting needs, brother. It was kind of wild and crazy. I think we were pretty profitable this last week. I know we didn't get our pick'ems in, but in just talking and going back and forth, I thought it was a pretty profitable week. But let's just go down the line real quick. I want to talk about these games. Get your take on it because I know you watch a lot more than I do. The Bills visited the Lions, um, and the Bills won 28-25. Uh, I'm just surprised by the score. I don't know. Talk to me about this game. What was
This
your take?
so first of all, this was a really good week of NFL football. There was a lot of good games, a lot of games that come down to like the final few minutes, so a few overtime games. This game in particular kind of I think the word I'm looking for is encapsulates or something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
it encaptures kind of what I've been saying about the Bills the last about 4 weeks. They are a very beatable football team. Like very. I mean, let's not kid ourselves that the Lions are a good football team because they're really not. Um, and they hung around all game. I even threw a live, it was small, but it was a live bet on the Lions because I really thought they were going to do it. Um, but yeah, I don't I think the Bills are no longer favorites in the AFC, and I don't even know that I put them at number 2. So
I just looking at the box score. So Allen threw for 253. He rushed for 78. Uh, threw for two TDs. He rushed for one. But if I'm looking at it right here, the Bills were up 17-14 at half, and then they both score 11 points in the second half, and it ends up 28-25. At some point in time, don't pro teams just run away with something and say, "Hey, enough's enough. I'm fixing to beat you." I mean, this thing just kept going. I'm with you. I thought the Bills were something else, and maybe they are something else that I thought, but not very impressed
no.
with the Bills. And then you have the Giants. Used to be a big rival game. Now Cowboys 28-20. The Cowboys were down 13-7 at the half, then they come back, reel off 21 to end up beating them. I mean, was there anything impressive, anything you liked about that
The
that
Cow
game? Or
the Cowboys started off slow, but overall they got it together and they got it done. They actually the line on that game was I think 10.5 or 10, something like that.
yeah,
And the line the Giants actually backdoor covered it.
yeah.
So I
Well, I
think
caught it at 10.5 and 11. I had both Giants at 10.5 and 11. So yeah,
yeah, so I didn't take I think I took for that game. I think I did a teaser. I think I did Cowboys -3, and then I think I did the under or something, but it hit. It was nice. Yeah, that game it wasn't a bad game, but it was just kind of a meh game to me.
yeah.
Dak played.
I still think the Cowboys, even though they gave up 20 points to the Giants, I still think they're one of the top two defenses in the league. Man, I love
Oh,
watching
they are. They are. They're going to be a problem if they can make a playoff run. That's all I'm gonna say.
the Vikings. I mean, I've got to believe in them. They looked
I do.
they just
I 100% do.
they look like a. I just like them. I like them.
I believe they needed that thrashing they got by the Cowboys to kind of like get them back in line,
Hmm.
and I think they keep rolling. They're gonna be a good playoff team this year. I really think so.
I mean, Jones, one of the guys that you really hate at quarterback. He threw for 382, two TDs and all this, but it always I always thought of the NFL as like the Big 12. I've got to outscore you. I'm going to outscore. Like last team with the ball wins the game. That's the way I've
Some
always seen the NFL.
sometimes,
You know, and and I and
usually
I
if
just
it's
like
a
the Vikings. They're always in it. I mean,
yeah,
they're
dude, they've been very good this year. They've even been pretty decent against the spread. They covered that game. The line was 2.5,
yeah.
so that was a good game.
I mean, they were down three going into the fourth quarter, and they ended up outscoring them 10-0 in the fourth to win it. I
Yep,
thought it was fun to watch too. I mean, we watched that one also. The Bucks and the Browns. The Browns win in overtime. I did lose this game. I think I had the Bucks -3 or
I
three
did
and a
too.
half, whatever it was. Tom Brady. I'm not going to put it on him, but if we're going to name him the greatest ever, then he has to take the heat. And they lose in overtime to the Browns. What do you think?
So shame on me because I was on the fade Tom Brady, fade the Bucks train all season. Even when they won these last few weeks, I was still on the fade Tom Brady team train. I finally jumped on the fucking ride with Tom Brady train this week, and it burns the shit out of me. I don't know. I will tell you one thing about this Browns team. Like, fuck the Bucks. Like honestly, fuck them. I don't care. I'm back on the
No.
fade the Bucks train. This Browns team is extremely hard to bet they're a hard. If they are playing in a game, they are a hard team to figure out what side to bet. Because I did it when they played the Dolphins. The line was like 4.5. I was all over the Browns. They got blown out, and then you turn around and you play a Bucks team that's been getting hot, and then all of a sudden you win the game. And it's just I haven't been able to figure the Browns out this year at all. For honestly,
That's why we usually just stay away from shit like
yeah, and I'm probably good. But see, interesting to note,
that. Not so
Deshaun,
fast.
yeah, not so fast. Deshaun Watson comes back this week.
Oh, really?
Really? So
Nice.
we probably talk about that Thursday.
Okay, we'll talk about that Thursday. Man, the Bengals, Joey B, my guy, all this other stuff. Titans, this was tough. I think me and Donnie were the
I
only
know what
ones.
I already know what y'all did because you were with the Tennessee Homer.
Yeah, I was with the Tennessee Homer. Well, I mean, it makes sense too, because I mean,
No,
you
it
think
didn't.
he can rush for this and that, and he averaged 2.5 yards a carry. I mean, they pretty much stuffed his ass, and I mean, there's not a whole lot more you can do. Bengals went in there and did their job at a cold, wet Tennessee, 20-16.
Donnie went to that game, didn't he?
Yeah, yeah. Who was it? DraftKings. Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, I need to ask Donnie this because he said, yeah, they set him up in a suite. He showed me. I think DraftKings suites, when you go to a suite, I think what they do is they take a double wide trailer and they park it in the end zone and they put chairs on top, and that's what they call a suite. I don't know. I got to see what that's all about. But yeah, he sent me a picture. It said DraftKings, and it looked like a double wide trailer. You know, like when somebody gets sick or whatever. The first aid station. It looked like a first aid station with seats on top. So I mean, DraftKings, if that's what you're doing, man, you got to step up your game, bro. But Texans and Dolphins. Dolphins put it on pretty easy, right? I mean,
Yeah, that
30-15.
was.
Uh,
Yep.
Tag's doing his thing. I think he's getting even better, isn't he? From week to
I
week.
Yeah, and see, I've been. That's another team that like I felt like it wasn't hard, but I was making it hard on myself. Like the Dolphins, I was having a hard time reading them. Just ride the Dolphins. They're the truth. They're a good football team this year.
I'll tell you what. So, have you read the story on their head coach? What's
Mike McDaniel.
yeah, a little geeky looking some bitch, man.
Yeah.
He looked like he just got out of algebra class. Um, his he was at a game as a kid and his cap fell off, and one of the trainers or one of the film guys got him a new one, gave it to him, and that's where he was introduced to his mom. They ended up getting married, and yeah, it was weird. And I've read the story; it's a pretty cool story. And then he goes off to become, I think he taped ankles or cutting film up or some, and he worked his way up, and now he's a head coach. But dude, I tell you what, I like what he's doing over there. I love listening to these guys when they're mic'd up on the sideline, the way they
Yeah.
talk and the way they converse, and I love the way he talks to Tag. I mean, it's he's one of those kids that needs that. Like, I don't know how he ever made it at Alabama with Nick Saban, just in his ass. But I love the way this Dan's talking to this kid, and you could just see Tag just developing and getting better week after week. I like the kid. Um, Man, the Bears, our kid gets hurt. Just when I
Yeah.
thought he was catching stride, just when I thought, man, this is going to be good, he gets hurt, and now we don't even know who the hell the quarterback is in Chicago. But the Jets line goes from plus 1.5 at the start. The Jets go from plus 1.5 to minus 6.5, like that, and of course still took at 6.5 because of all. And they covered 31-10. I don't know if the Bears can recover it all this year to even compete.
Uh, it's going to depend on if Justin comes back or not. But I think the bigger thing that we need to talk about in that game is the second that the Jets bench Zach Wilson. freaking legend Mike White steps in, and all of a sudden the Jets have an offense.
22 for 28, 315, and 3 TDs.
And see what's funny about that, he didn't just come in and do that. Like, and it's like, whoa, this guy. He did the same shit last year. He did the same shit last year over like a stretch of games where he came in for some fucking reason. I think Zach might have got hurt last year too or some shit, but he come in, he did the same thing. So it's like, do you just keep riding Mike White at this point?
Well, why not?
Yeah,
That's,
why would you not?
we always talk about this all the time. Why not? Why not? Why not? I mean, why do you throw the ball when you're running the ball? And we'll get to that.
Yeah, fucking get to the next game.
Good choice. Good call. I'm with you. If he's gonna in a professional football game, if you're gonna come in off the bench, go 22 for 28 with 315 and 3 TDs, I don't care that it's the Bears. That's a professional team. You know, that's hard to do on air in practice. Somebody
Yeah.
does it in the game. I'm all about it. Give him the ball, coach. Give him the ball.
And like he got their top playmaker involved, Garrett Wilson. He hadn't had a nice day in weeks, and he had like a 100-yard 2-touchdown day.
Oh yeah. Bro, we talked about this a while back, and I think it was right about the time I told you I wanted my Panthers jersey.
Yeah.
The Commanders, dude. The Washington Commanders, playing some football. They're acting like they're a real football team. I know it's against Atlanta, but I saw the Discord. The only reason I bet Washington is because 90% of our Discord was on the Falcons, and I was watching it, and I thought they played well, man. I thought they played a good pro football team.
So fun fact, the Commanders are, I don't know how many games Taylor Heineke start. I think it's 5. They are 5-0 against the spread since he has taken over at starting quarterback. And I said it, as long as Taylor Heineke is starting, I'm on the Commanders.
You got a shot.
If Rivera fucks up and puts Carson Wentz back in there, I'm off of him. Carson Wentz is done.
Yeah.
I think Taylor Heineke's the truth. I think Atlanta is who we thought they were at the beginning of the year. They started hot, but then all of a sudden, I think I've been reading. I'm a fan of a team in the NFC South, so like I pay attention a little bit to them, and I like their head coach is like refusing to put they drafted Desmond Ritter from Cincinnati last year, and he's just refusing to put him in there. And Marcus Mariota's playing like trash, so I don't know what's happening there. So
yeah, dude, 15 to 25, 174 and 1 TD. Yeah, I like him. I remember what you said, and ever since then, we've been making money with the Commanders. I like them, and I still like them. And like we say, we're going to ride them till she bucks or don't ride them at all.
yep.
Boy, let's go to your neck of the woods. Y'all did a number on them Denver Broncos, 23 to 10. Holy cow!
So we, by no stretch of the imagination, are the Panthers what I consider them a good football team. But we are not a terrible football team like the Denver Broncos. There is something happening in Denver that I don't think a lot of us know about. They are a shit show. I mean, the Panthers beat the fucking brakes off them. The only reason they even got one touchdown, it took them. I don't know. Did you watch the game?
I didn't watch the game though.
It took them 11 plays inside the 20-yard line to get that touchdown.
Jesus.
It took a roughing the passer call at that.
Well, dude, if I look at this seriously, if I look at just this right here, I think you lose the game. Darnold, 11 for 19, 164, 1 TD. Foreman, 24 carries, 113 yards. Moore, 4 receptions, 103 yards, and 1 TD. I say you lose that game 21 to 14. Just looking at those stats right there.
No, yeah, of course.
And you end up winning 23 to 10.
They couldn't move the ball to save their life. Russell probably got sacked 4 or 5 times. I mean, we were all over his ass.
I don't know what's wrong with that guy. That guy is a freaking head case.
I will say, though, the Panthers are better with Sam Darnold under center. A lot better. We had some type of offense. I think Steve Wilkes is going to win our head coaching job by the end of the season. I think
Oh,
he's
yeah.
not going to be he's not going to be the interim no more. He's going to probably win the job.
Dude, Ravens and Jags, 1 point game. I mean, uh,
How about
Lawrence
the
threw for,
balls on Doug Peterson,
talk to me.
dude? I don't know. So the Ravens are a shit show. Let's start there. They fucking suck. They can't hold a lead for nothing. But
You're still 7-4,
I don't know how. They should probably be like 4-7, honestly.
right?
Um, and uh, so like the Jags go down and they score a touchdown and they got to kick a field goal to tie it, but they said fuck that. They went for two and they got it. It was dope. Doug Peterson said, "Fuck this bullshit. We're gonna win this game right now,"
Yeah.
and they did. And they did. I think that might have been Trevor Lawrence's coming out party for the NFL because he had a nice day.
Well, yeah. I mean, 29 for 37 and 321, three TDs. Hopefully, I mean, this guy was supposed to do that his first game out. He was hyped as the next great
It it
Tom
it
Brady.
does take some of these kids. People don't realize it takes these kids a little bit of time. And I think Trevor might end up being a case of just it takes a little bit of time. But I think he's
Yeah.
going to end up being all right.
Well, I'm glad you say that because a lot of people, I hear a lot of people, especially when Alabama was Alabama, 3 or 4 years ago doing their thing. Yeah, Alabama can go in there and beat the bottom three NFL teams on any given day. There's no way. There's
No,
not
there's
one
no,
college team can beat the worst NFL team.
nope,
There's no way. There's
no way.
the level of competition, the speed, the size. There's just no way you can do that. And if you're out there and you think that the best college team in America could beat the worst NFL team, you need to smoke more dope because
Yeah,
you are
let's put it this way:
you,
the Denver Broncos would beat Alabama probably like 41-7.
yeah,
I mean, honestly,
or it would be 21-3, something like that. Yeah,
yeah,
it would be. Yeah, it wouldn't be fun. But no, I get it, and I hope Lawrence does it, man, because I mean he's got the tools. The Chargers and the Cardinals, the Garden Gnome got beat 25-24. Did I watch that game? I don't know if I saw that game or
so
not.
that was another dude. This happened twice this week, which is crazy. The Chargers went down and scored, and I don't know. Brandon Staley, the Chargers head coach, said, "Fuck that shit. We're going for two," and they went for two and got it.
Well, good for him.
Yep. So, Kyler Murray just. I don't know how much you can put on Kyler Murray. I don't even know what his stat line looked like, but it doesn't matter. He can't
I,
get it done.
I don't like him enough to even talk about him.
Yeah, me neither. Move on.
Let's see. Raiders put it on the Seahawks. Well, you like the
Dude,
chickens too.
you want to talk about a game? That was one of the best games of the year.
Really?
Yes, they go in. I mean, it was just blow after blow after blow, like touchdown after touchdown. Like it was nuts. And then they go to overtime, and it's like a defensive struggle. Raiders get the ball at like the 15, their own 15. And then one fucking play, Josh Jacobs 90-yard touchdown run.
Really?
It was fucking incredible. It was a walk off. It was incredible. I will say I lost money on that game, but I don't care because it was just fun to watch.
Yeah. Um, so here's I'm going to start. We're getting closer to my problem with the NFL here. The Rams and the Chiefs. The Chiefs 26-10. The Chiefs in the first half were inside the red zone, I think 3 times,
Mhm.
and could not get it in for a touchdown. And I think they kicked field goals. It was like it was just pathetic. Of course, I'm mad because I had the over. Uh,
Playing the trash Rams.
yeah, and it was just one of those pathetic walk through type. Mahomes, for all the great throws he can make, he threw it to the defender twice, and then he threw it at his receiver's feet another time. But even before we get to that, they ran the ball 3 times for 20 yards to get inside the 5, and then they decided to throw the ball 3 times. And the Chiefs did end up winning 26-10 against the Rams, but I just smell conspiracy theory all over the NFL.
They still covered though, didn't they? They won like 23-10 or something.
26-10.
Yeah, they covered the line was 15.5 on that game.
Yeah, but I had the overs 40 or something like 42, something ridiculous. The
That's
Niners and
way
the
too high.
Saints. Niners 13-0. Again, I think Niners one of the top two defenses in the league.
Yeah, but I have I made it known I think on the last show we did. I have a futures ticket on the Niners to win the Super Bowl. Also the Chiefs. Who did the Niners play again? I don't even remember.
Saints.
They should have beaten
Fourth.
them. They should have beat them at least 24-0. I don't like that they only put up 13, but that it doesn't matter. They won.
Yeah, they won. And then of course the Packers and the Eagles, 40-33.
That was a good game.
Eagles ended up winning that. Eagles ended up winning that 40-3. And then we get to the Monday night game, which we all cashed. I told you a couple of my biggest bets.
That teaser, baby.
Yeah, a couple of my biggest bets I did a couple of my biggest bets on two different books, just so I could hit them both. I had Steelers. I think I had Steelers plus 9.5.
Yeah.
And under 48.
Yeah, one of my favorite bets for prime. So something about me for bet. I hate betting primetime games. I always have,
Yeah.
and I still do. And I don't. It's just something about them. They're hard to read. But one thing that I've learned is how to do teasers, and I fucking love teasing primetime games. I hit it last Monday night with the Chiefs. I hit it this Monday night with the Steelers. And I always do the under. I almost always do the under. And like people, and if you don't know this, the under hits a majority of the time on primetime games, and nobody likes an under because it gets fucking sweaty.
Yeah.
But I'll hit an under consistently. What is that?
We were just cheering for you because we agree with what you said. here's the thing that gets me. I mean, Pittsburgh was up 24-17. I think there was 6.5 minutes left in the game, right? Pittsburgh gets the ball. They run the ball. They run 1, 2, 3, first down. 1, 2, 3, first down. 1, 2, 3, first down. Now it's down to almost 4 minutes, right? And they're around the 40-yard line, and I mean they're doing the right thing. And then all of a sudden, you see, and you can go back, and I should have recorded this. Whoever's announcing the game, the play-by-play goes, "Yeah, this is a good time for Pittsburgh to take a shot deep because the safeties were playing up, trying to stop the run, and they couldn't." All of a sudden, he said that you see the two safeties drop deep, and they throw the damn football, and it's incomplete. And so now it's 2nd and 10. Throw it again, he gets sacked. 3rd and fucking forever, throws it for a little 5-yard gain. Now we got to punt it. I'm sitting there going, hold on a minute. Now, you say that our boy Justin Love is a conspiracy theorist and he can make a conspiracy out of PB&J. Bro, I'm sitting there watching this as an ex-coach going, I'm up 7. I just reeled off 4 minutes, got 3 first downs, doing nothing but running the ball. So now all of a sudden I'm at midfield. The thing that got me was not only did they throw the ball, but Indianapolis knew it and they dropped their safeties on first down, dropped them 20 yards deep. Their corners gave them cushion. Like everybody knew he was going to throw the ball. Like they knew he was going to throw the ball. And I'm sitting there and it was amazing.
But why do you automatically go to conspiracy? What if the Mike, so let's just play devil's advocate here.
Go ahead.
What if the Mike linebacker noticed a tip off? Like there was something that they lined up in or something that he saw that was like, bro, they're about to run this or throw this fucking football. And he just adjusted.
Right. No, there's no doubt about it. Yes, you are 100% correct. My thing is why in the fuck If I'm trying to win a professional football game, which it's hard to do, I don't care if you're the best team or the worst team, it's hard to win a football game in the NFL. On
Yeah,
any given day, anybody can win, right? I
right.
just reeled off four minutes. We're just running it down your damn throat. I've got 4 minutes to go. I'm just gonna keep running it till you stop it. And they
I
decide,
think
no, now it's time to fucking throw the ball.
I think it might be also one of those things where I see what you're saying, but I think it might be one of those things where Kenny Pickett's a rookie quarterback, and if he would have picked up on their cue, he could have audibled, and then they could have ran the ball again.
100%, yes. But don't put, so because he is who he is, don't put it on him. Just get
Yeah,
under
that's
fucking
true.
center. Just get under center and hand it off.
No, I
You know
get
what
it.
he did good too? He did read. He kept the ball a couple times and he took off to get a first down. I thought he played a great game. I was
He's
real
fast.
impressed. Yeah, I was real impressed by the kid. But then for you as a coach to go, oh no, let's go ahead and spread him out, get in shotgun, and throw the ball. Screw winning this game. Let's throw the fucking ball. Why? Why do
They
you
did.
do it?
They did win though.
Of course they won because Indianapolis does Indianapolis shit. Thank God. Thank.
They
I mean, I seriously, dude. I mean, it was one of those things where I'm sitting there yelling and screaming, and then I look up, and my wife's like, "Well, you got quiet, real quiet all of a sudden. What happened?" I said, "Well, I forget Ryan's a quarterback for Indianapolis, so we still got a shot to win this. He'll fuck it up
Yep.
one way or another." And and he did. But dude, I'm still not over that. I don't care who it is. It happens too many times. It happens too many times to where something's working, and I've got to get away from it. And I get it. These players are playing for the bag. They're not playing for they're not playing for a championship. They're playing for the money. They give me my touches, give me my catches. Somebody had to they needed a catch for extra money or something. Something had to happen, which I hate. That's what I hate about the NFL.
We're like that in college now too, though.
And it's going to get worse. Get ready, big boy. Get ready.
No,
Um,
no. You get ready because it. You watch that shit, not me.
yeah, I do. I do. I watch it a lot. I watch it a lot. But anyway, that's my rant. That's my conspiracy theory for the NFL. We'll keep talking about that. Um, give me your two favorite teams right now going into the last third of the season. Trust.
Can I give you three?
Yeah.
Because I got three.
Mm-hmm.
The Chiefs, they're red fucking hot, man.
Yeah.
Definitely the Chiefs. Um, I don't like how they won this week, but I'm still gonna say the Niners. I still think they're trending up. I need to see more points, but honestly, I still like the Niners. And then the third team is probably gonna be the Dolphins. They just keep fucking winning. They keep blowing teams out that they should blow out. I like the Dolphins too.
Philly's just not there, huh?
Nope.
Nope.
Nope. Nope.
I
I
love
think
it.
when I one of these weeks coming up, I don't know exactly when, but they play the Cowboys again.
Yeah.
Show me you beat them with Dak Prescott. And I know people don't think a lot of Dak Prescott, but
Me. Yeah.
yeah, you. But if I'm going to tell you, if Dak's on his shit, he's a hard motherfucker to beat.
Yeah.
So show me you beat the Cowboys in Dallas with that defense and Dak, you might get me on board.
I like it.
You
I
might.
like it. I like it. Well, guys, y'all need to come. Y'all need to come to the Discord. Go to Coaches Called Out Store. Um, Scroll down. Come to our Discord. Basketball is a big thing right now. I know I've got a couple plays in college, and
Tonight?
I got a prop one in the NBA. I'm just tailing some guys, but y'all need to come on in and check it out. Our guys are in hockey; they're killing it in hockey right now. Also, of course, we have soccer going on all the time. Yes, and then we have a couple of dudes. I don't know if we're going to air it or not. We're going to listen to it first, but I got a couple of dudes doing a MMA podcast right now, and
Who?
Puff and Mal. They're,
Holy
they're
shit.
yeah, they're doing one. I said, yeah, just send it to me, and then me and you can listen to it, and we could cut and edit and split and do all that stuff. But yeah, MMA. I mean, they've been killing it in there too. So we got a lot of cool stuff going on. We also have our merch store. We're both wearing shirts and all kinds of stuff come visit that. I appreciate everybody listening. We've been away for a week because of Thanksgiving, but we're back. Tristan's going to start getting on his show. I'm going to start doing more. We're going to have our Pick'em show on Thursday, and I'm ready to start reeling it back up and doing more and more, and hopefully doing some more live stuff for you guys. Tristan, you got anything else for everybody?
Nope.
Guys, I appreciate you guys listening, and I hope you get a kick out of it. Make sure you like, share, follow, tell everybody about us. This is Coach's Call, the real game. Thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you next time. Adios.